Online courses are an incredible business model because once you've created it that one time, you can sell it limitless times in the future to as many people that want it, thus bringing you passive income on a continual basis without further work. It's an automated business model that is hugely scalable and allows you to help more people. You can't teach unlimited people on a one-to-one basis. You've only got so much time, but with an online course, when you package your knowledge and expertise into a system that people can follow at their own pace and at their own leisure, well, that's win-win all round. And yes, there are definitely some bad, overpriced online courses, but there are also some very good ones. But today I want to talk about how if you do make an online course, you should be selling it before you make it. And right off the bat, you might be thinking, what kind of guru nonsense is this? But hear me out here, because I honestly think if you don't do this, you're setting yourself up for failure with your online course. Okay, so before we talk about the how, let's talk about the why. Why would you sell your online course before you've even created it? And the most basic reason of all is to prove demand. We have to actually learn from the market what they want, not just what we think the market wants. Because the reality is, building a good online course takes a lot of time and effort and planning. And if you just charge right in and you say, I've got this idea, it's gonna be the best course ever, and you go and spend several months working on it, building it, and then you come to release it and realize no one actually really wanted that. Now, I certainly don't want you to be in that position of having all that time and money wasted on building something that there wasn't a real demand for. And it's not good for your potential customers and clients either, because they probably do need your help, but you've just packaged it wrong because you've fully gone with your own idea rather than listening to the market. So instead, what I think is a much better strategy, and something I've seen a lot of course creators do, is instead, just draft an outline of what you think the course should be, with the key points and the key transformations that you want to be able to deliver and help people with. And then go and pitch that to people and see what the response is. Because once you start having those interactions with people, you'll very quickly sense whether you're on the right lines or not. And if you're not, and it feels like people just aren't really interested in that at all, you probably just need to come at it from a different angle. And once you talk with people about it and what their concerns and objections are, you will almost certainly start to realize what their actual pain points are and what you really need to address. And then perhaps after a couple of little tweaks and revisions to what your course is going to look like, you will start getting people who decide they actually want it and do want to buy it. And at that time, you can tell them that you're just in the creation stage right now, and do they want to be one of the first testers? And for being one of the first testers and providing feedback, either offer them some kind of discount or offer them some kind of bonus. And this is win-win, because for the customer, they're getting the course they want, but they're also getting a bonus or a discount as well, so they're feeling happy. But for you as well, you prove that there is demand for that outline of the course that you've come up with before you go and spend all that time making it. And so once you've got people ready to pay you for your course, rather than then going and spending weeks or months actually creating all the content at once, instead what makes sense to do is simply release the content on a weekly basis. You stagger the release of the course content, because people aren't going to be able to go and watch it all in one day anyway. They're probably going to be going through it on a weekly basis. But doing it this way, where you just work on 1 week at a time and you release it 1 week at a time so people can go through it as you yourself are creating it, is not only good in the sense that you can have people coming in and paying for the course right from the beginning, but more crucially than that, it can help you make the course way better. Because at the end of each week, once the people have been through that week of course content, you can not only ask them for feedback on that week they've just been through, but you can tell them what the topic you're going to be covering next week is and what kind of modules are coming up, and ask them what questions they have around those. And you can use the questions they ask to help create content for the course, because then you know what specific questions people have, what people are worried about, what they actually want to know about. Again, it just goes back to that idea of, rather than us just giving people what we think they want to know, we're literally asking them and saying what would be most useful for you, so we can then put that in the course. And this is great because it means there aren't going to be any gaps in the knowledge of your course. There aren't going to be areas that you kind of overlooked, because you've got these people, these testers who are going through the course, who are going to be telling you if there are bits that they didn't understand, bits that didn't quite make sense, bits that they felt were missing, all of this stuff. You're going to know that before the official release of your course. And so this is going to be super useful as well when it comes to actually marketing your course and promoting it with perhaps paid ads, because you're going to have such a good idea about what the main questions people had were about the content of the course. Again, rather than you just guessing that, I think this is probably the pain point people have, you already know what the pain point is. They've already been telling you week by week, they've been asking you what their main questions are, and they've been giving you all this information which you can then use to make the course better, make your marketing better, make the message resonate with people more. So it's win-win all round by staggering the course content in this way, drip feeding it so they go through it week by week, and having these testers of your course before the official release. And so, as crazy as it may sound to sell an online course before you've actually made it, I think it is actually a much better way to do it. It's better for everyone involved. And you still need to come up with the actual outline of the structure, of course, but I'm saying before you go in depth writing out every module, making all the resources, talk to your ideal customers, the people who actually want this information, and find out from them exactly what it is they need help with and want help with, so you can specifically make what they want and need, not what you think they want and need, because quite often there is a bit of a difference. So don't waste all your time and energy designing something that there isn't real demand for. And this premise of using people's feedback to make the course content even better and make sure there are no gaps in it is exactly the principle that I'm using right now with my YouTube Magnates course, which is all about creating a business with YouTube, so that even with a relatively small amount of subscribers, you can be making a full-time income with it by approaching YouTube as a business and not a YouTuber. That's exactly what I've done, and hopefully this course is going to help other people with that. But by getting feedback from people going through it, I can make sure it's the best it can possibly be and covers everything they need to know. And so if this was useful for you, then please consider leaving a like and a comment on this video, and most importantly, consider sharing it with someone who may find it useful. If you know someone who's thinking of making a course right now or has just started, then this could potentially save them a lot of wasted time and help make their course overall much better. So I'm sure they'd appreciate you just sharing the link to this video with them, and I'd appreciate it as well, because it all helps grow the channel. So thanks again for watching, and if you are interested in building a business with YouTube, like I just mentioned, then feel free to check out the top link in the description of this video for more details on the YouTube Magnates course that I just talked about. Because the fact is, if you are someone who's thinking about making online courses and selling information products, then YouTube, in my opinion, is the best platform to do that. So feel free to check out the top link in the description of this video. If nothing else, I think it will give you some ideas about how you can sell more with YouTube and make more money from this platform. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.